Hey yo, what's good YouTube, man? It's your boy TV, and welcome back to another Rainbow Six Siege video. And before we get the video started, I really appreciate y'all for getting me to 200 subscribers. We big 200 now, you heard me? But I really do appreciate that. If you're new to the channel and you want to see more tips, guys, and chores, make sure you drop a like, turn on post notifications, subscribe to the channel. We upload bangers every single day. But without further ado, let's get the video started. So in this video, we're going over 3 console tips, specifically for console and controller players. You mouse the keyboard on consoles, I don't know about y'all, bro. We're gonna have to, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to catch a fade or something. But on to the first tip. When you're a beginner console player, controller player, when you're playing in ranked, unranked, or whenever you're playing serious, think about your decisions. And I'm gonna elaborate on that a little bit. What I mean by think about your decisions, I mean like actually don't sit there and think for too long, because obviously opportunities will pass up. But when I say think, I mean like in that moment. If you need to be, when you play this game, you need to think a little bit fast and make decisions on your own. And what I mean by that is in that moment when you're playing the game, right? And there's an opportunity that you can peek and get a kill, or there's an opportunity where you can do something and get a kill, or you move a certain way into a gun battle. Think about if that helped your team, or did it not help your team. So like what I'm trying to say is, think about the stuff you do. Like maybe you peek something and it wasn't the smartest thing to peek. Like think about that. Don't always like just go ahead first like a loose goose and don't think. You can think. You have the time, like maybe that 5 seconds, 3 seconds, even a second, to make that decision. Should I do this? Will it benefit me and the team, or will it negatively affect the team? Will I die? Will I lose health? Will I lose a certain part of the map because I played a certain way wrong? Like think about what you're doing. Think about who you're choosing, what operator you're choosing. Are you good with them? Can you really execute with them? Like really think about your decisions if you're really trying to win, because you wouldn't make that dumb decision where you're roaming across the map doing something you never done before, or you're just doing anything random. Think about your decisions. Think about your plan. Think about what you're gonna hold. Think about what you're gonna do. Just think about it. Don't just run around, load up the game, loose goose, and just play. If you really want to win, you would think about certain things. Obviously, you can't think forever. You gotta think really quick on the spot. But just think about it. Now, on to tip number 2, your sensitivity. Your sensitivity is very important, because some people can and cannot play high sensitivity, and some people can. Play what you're comfortable with. You don't always have to force yourself to being that good player that plays high sensitivity. Work your way up. Start at 20, start at 30, start at 40. Not start, but you know what I'm saying. Work your way up. Start at 20, go to 30, go to 40, go to 50, go to 60. You know what I'm saying? Do what you're comfortable with. You don't have to force yourself to being a god off rip and playing high sensitivity just because you see certain people play high sense and they're demonized. It's more than the sensitivity. When you see these pros or good players play at high sense, it's more about their game knowledge, game map sense, their game experience, and decision making. It's more about that than it is anything. But your sensitivity is important because because you need to play with what you're comfortable with. You don't always have to force yourself. I know I done said that like 4 times already, but you don't have to force yourself to being this goated high sense player off rip. You can start slow and then you can work your way up. On to tip number 3. First, start off what you're comfortable with. And what I mean by that is, you don't have to force yourself to do things that you've never done. If you're doing something for yourself that's working, if that's defending the site, if that's roaming, if that's attacking by yourself, you know what I'm saying, solo dolo, going and just running in by yourself, and that's working out. Or if you're being good at playing support, hard breach, or you're good at playing wall denial, do that. Stick to that at first. Stick to what you're really good at and you know will work, and you execute and you're consistent on it. If I can trust you to be the Thermite, the Maverick, the Thatcher, if I can trust you to be that player and not die and not sell and not do whatever you want, that is huge. I'm gonna tell you why. Because that is very important to have that consistent player on your team. if you don't have anything on your team, at least have the consistent player, which would be you, to do something that your team needs, and that you can do without, you know what I'm saying, no risk of you doing something that you haven't done before to where you end up dying, you know what I'm saying? So basically that tip is just do what's in your comfort zone, you know what I'm saying? This ain't real life yet on the game, you know what I'm saying? Do what you're comfortable with. You don't always have to step out that box and do something wild. Not all the time. You can sometimes. It doesn't really matter. I'm not going to stop you from doing that. But stick within your comfort zone and then move out that box. You dig? But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's where we're going to wrap it up. Big 500 subscribers on the way. If you're new to the channel, you know what I'm saying, drop the post notifications, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And it's Jobby. And I'm out.
My bitches, red bone, ass fat, jello, light skin, yellow.